Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're digging through an old jar of pennies, one of those rainy day collections everyone has. You're hoping for just enough to cover your morning coffee. But then, bam! You stumble upon a coin that could buy you not just coffee but the whole cafe. Welcome to today's episode, where we're diving into the 1995 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a humble-looking coin currently worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Yeah, you heard me right, the plain old penny worth more than a mansion. Buckle up, because today we're not just talking about loose change. We're talking life-changing change. What makes the 1995 penny so special? Okay, so why is this penny worth a fortune? Let's break it down. First off, the no-mint mark is key. Usually, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, so at first glance, this coin might seem normal. But here's the twist: 1995 was a year where a small batch was struck with a unique die that made their features stand out. This rare die variety makes collectors go absolutely bonkers, and now, combine that with the fact that it's in pristine condition, what the experts call MS68 or higher, and you've got yourself a $1 million masterpiece. To the untrained eye, it's just a penny. To a collector, it's the holy grail of pocket change. I gotta share this quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, was at a flea market one Saturday. He bought a box of random junk for $5. Among the rusty tools and dusty knickknacks was a little coin pouch. Inside? A 1995 no-mint mark penny in near-perfect condition. The dude thought it was a joke when someone told him it might be valuable. Long story short, he got it appraised, and boom, a cool $1.1 million richer. Meanwhile, I'm over here finding lint and paper clips in my couch cushions. Make sure it's 1995.no mint mark. If there's a D or S, it's a different coin, and the shinier, the better. If it looks like it just rolled off the minting press, you're in luck, and don't just stop at your piggy bank. Check those coin jars, the floor of your car, and even grandma's collection. You never know where treasure's hiding. So, why $1.1 million? It's all about supply and demand. Fewer than 10 of these coins in top condition exist today. With collectors willing to outbid each other for these rarities, the price skyrockets. Think of it like an auction for a one-of-a-kind piece of art, only this art fits in your pocket. So, what's the moral of the story here? Don't underestimate the power of a penny. Next time you're sorting through your change, take a closer look. That humble coin in your hand could be the key to a $1 million payday. Before we wrap up, I've got a challenge for you. Go dig through your stash of pennies and tell me in the comments if you find anything cool. And if you love learning about coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more tips and tricks. Who knows? Your next great discovery might just be hiding in plain sight. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're digging through your pocket change, just looking for enough coins to feed the parking meter, when bam, you stumble upon a penny worth $1.2 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, stick around, because today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2021 Lincoln penny. Spoiler alert, it's not just any penny, and by the end of this video, you might be inspired to start checking your spare change a little closer. Now, before we get into the juicy details, let me tell you about the time I almost threw away what could have been a small fortune. Yep, that's right. I once found an unusual penny and thought, just a regular OL coin. Luckily, I didn't toss it out, but it made me realize how many hidden treasures we might overlook every single day. So, grab your pennies and let's get started. Alright, first, let's talk about what makes the 2021 Lincoln penny so special. Now, this penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D mint mark under the year. At first glance, it looks like your average modern penny. You've got Honest Abe on the front, that iconic memorial on the back, and a shiny copper finish. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? Wrong, here's the twist. The 2021 penny we're talking about isn't valuable just because of its age. After all, 2021 was, like, yesterday. No, this penny is worth $1.2 million because of a rare minting error. That's right, folks, a mistake. Turns out, some coins were struck with an extra outline of Lincoln's profile. It's like a shadow effect, but for coins. Minting nerds call it a double die burst. Fancy name for a happy accident. If you ask me now, you might be thinking, Okay, cool, but how do I know if I've got one? Great question. First, grab a magnifying glass or, if you're like me and your eyesight isn't what it used to be, your phone's camera with the zoom feature. Look closely at Lincoln's profile. If you see what looks like a double image, like he's trying to step out of the coin, bingo. You might just have struck it rich, but hold your horses before you start planning your retirement. Condition matters, big time. If your penny's been through the ringer, scratched, dirty, or worse, it's not going to fetch top dollar. Coin collectors are like picky eaters, they want their pennies crispy, shiny, and basically untouched by human hands. Speaking of hands, let me tell you about the time I almost lost my chance at coin glory. I was at my cousin's barbecue, and I noticed a shiny penny sitting on the patio table. It had this weird double image, but everyone laughed when I said it looked special. It's just a penny, they said. So, naturally, I pocketed it because I'm not about to leave potential treasure behind. Long story short, that penny turned out to be worth $150. Not quite $1.2 million, but hey, it bought me a nice dinner. Moral of the story? Always trust your instincts and your pocket change, alright? So now that you know what to look for, let's talk money. How does a 1-cent coin end up worth $1.2 million? Well, collectors love a good story, and these error coins have it in spades. The rarity, the mistake, and the sheer novelty of finding one make it a collector's dream. The most pristine examples, graded MS68 or higher by the pros, are the ones fetching those jaw-dropping prices. So, where can you sell it? Auctions are your best bet. Heritage auctions and Stacksbauer's galleries are big names in the coin world. Just be prepared for some intense bidding wars. If that's too fancy for you, eBay works too. Just make sure to get your coin authenticated first. So there you have it, folks, the 2021 D Lincoln penny, a tiny copper treasure that could make you a millionaire. Who knew pocket change could change your life, right? Now, here's your mission: go through your coin jar, your car cup holders, and that mysterious pile of change on your dresser. You never know, you might just have a fortune hiding in plain sight. And hey, if you found this video helpful, funny, or just plain interesting, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I'm here to help you uncover hidden gems, whether it's in your wallet, your attic, or your backyard. Let's turn small change into big money, one coin at a time. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Did you know that a humble penny in your pocket could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million? Yes, you heard me right, $1.3 million for a single 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny. You might want to start checking your couch cushions and that jar of spare change, because today, we're diving into why this coin is so valuable, how to spot it, and how you might just strike it rich. Stick around, this is going to be fun, informative, and just a little bit hilarious. Let's break it down. Most pennies minted in 1991 have a tiny mint mark indicating where they were made. But the no mint mark version? That's like finding a unicorn in your backyard. No mint mark means this penny was struck in Philadelphia, but for some reason, only a few of these escaped into circulation. Add that to the fact that it's rare in pristine condition, and you've got collectors practically throwing their wallets at it. Now, let me tell you, this isn't just any old penny. We're talking about a coin so rare and unique that collectors are willing to pay $1.3 million for it in flawless condition. That's enough to buy a house, a fancy car, or a lifetime supply of tacos. How to spot the $1 million penny before you start digging through your spare change like a maniac? Here's what to look for. Check for 1991. Simple enough, right? No mint mark, flip that coin over. If there's no tiny letter under the date, congratulations, you've got a Philadelphia penny. Condition, here's the kicker. For this penny to fetch the big bucks, it needs to be in mint or near mint condition. No scratches, no dirt, no signs that it spent a decade in your car's cup holder. Right now, I get it, finding a penny in perfect condition is about as easy as keeping white shoes clean at a barbecue. But hey, stranger things have happened. Let me share a little story. A couple of years ago, I decided to clean out an old box of keepsakes. You know the type: random knickknacks, movie ticket stubs, and a bunch of loose change I'd completely forgotten about. As I sifted through, I found a penny that looked different. I got so excited, thinking I'd hit the jackpot, only to realize it was just a Canadian penny someone gave me as change. Classic rookie mistake. Moral of the story? Always double check before you start daydreaming about yachts and private jets. Okay, humor aside, the 1991 no mint mark penny is a perfect example of how small things can have big value. It's a reminder to pay attention to the details, whether it's a penny, a hidden talent, or that random idea you had at 2 a.m. Plus, collecting coins is like treasure hunting for grown-ups. What's not to love? So, here's the deal: if you've got a pile of pennies lying around, now's the time to go through them. Who knows? You might just be sitting on $1 million fortune. And even if you don't find a 1991 no mint mark penny, you'll probably stumble upon a few memories and maybe even some coins worth a couple of bucks. Before you head off to dig through your change jar, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because I've got plenty more tips, stories, and strategies for finding coins worth money. Let's make treasure hunting a community sport, shall we? Alright, let me ask you this: how many of you have that jar of pennies sitting somewhere in your house, collecting dust? Or maybe you've got a drawer full of loose change you keep telling yourself you'll sort someday. Well, what if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth $1.4 million? Yep, you heard that right, a single penny worth more than most of our cars, houses, and student loans combined. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1968 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be flipping through your coins like a treasure hunter on a mission. So, why is this specific penny so valuable? It's all about the details. The 1968 penny without a mint mark is one of those rare coins that drives collectors wild. Typically, coins minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, but this penny? Oh, it's got a little extra spice. What makes it stand out is its rarity. Experts believe a limited number of these were struck with a unique error in composition and design. Combine that with its excellent condition, and boom, you've got yourself $1 million penny. Alright, grab your magnifying glass, or if you're like me, your phone flashlight and a really squinty eye. Here's what to check for: the value of this coin skyrockets if it's in pristine condition, meaning minimal wear and tear. Coins graded as MS, mint state, 65 or higher are the real gold mines or copper mines. In this case, flip it over and look closely under the year 1968. If there's no little letter, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, you might be holding something special. Here's where it gets wild. Some of these coins were accidentally struck on the wrong planchet or metal disc, making them even rarer. A copper or zinc anomaly could mean a significant payday. Now, let me tell you about the time I almost threw away a penny that could have changed my life. I was cleaning out my car. Okay, let's be real, I was fishing for quarters for the vending machine, and I came across this really shiny penny. I almost tossed it, but something told me to take a second look. Turns out, it wasn't worth $1.4 million, but it was a rare wheat penny that sold for $20. Moral of the story? Never underestimate your pocket change. Why the 1968 penny is such a big deal. The 1968 no mint mark penny has gained almost legendary status in the coin collecting community. Think of it as the Beyoncé of pennies: rare, iconic, and absolutely in demand. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar because these coins rarely show up, and when they do, they're snatched up faster than concert tickets. So, what's the takeaway here? Never, ever overlook your spare change. That unassuming penny in your couch cushion or at the bottom of your bag could be a life changer. Go grab your coins and start hunting. You never know what you might find. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting and want more tips on spotting coins worth big bucks, hit that subscribe button. I'll be bringing you more money-making strategies and coin treasures every week. Also, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're about to start digging through your collection. Who knows? Maybe one of you will be the next lucky millionaire. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're cleaning out an old drawer, maybe rummaging through a piggy bank from your childhood, and bam! You find a penny. Not just any penny, it's a 1951 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. You think, meh, a penny's a penny, right? Wrong. What if I told you that little coin could be worth $1.5 million today? Yup, you heard me right, $1.5 million for a penny you could have easily spent on a gumball back in the day. Stick around, because I'm about to tell you everything you need to know about this little copper jackpot, and why you should never underestimate the power of pocket change. So, what's the deal with the 1951 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Let's break it down. First, if there's no mint mark, it means the coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Back in 1951, they didn't bother stamping a mint mark on their pennies, so it's not a mistake, it's just how they rolled. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of these pennies, thanks to a little thing called human error, came out with unique characteristics that turned them into highly sought-after collectibles. And now, you might be wondering, what makes a coin worth $1.5 million? It's all about rarity and condition. For example, one of the rarest types of 1951 pennies is the one with a doubled die error. That means the design, like Lincoln's profile or the date, appears slightly duplicated because the die used to strike the coin shifted. These errors make collectors go wild. Think of it as the coin version of a limited edition sneaker drop. Ever heard of coin grading? Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being absolute perfection. A 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in mint state condition could fetch the big bucks at an auction. But even if yours has seen better days, it might still be worth way more than 1 cent. A few years ago, I was helping my grandpa clean out his garage. We found an old coffee can stuffed with coins. I joked, maybe we'll find treasure. Well, guess what? We didn't find a 1951 Lincoln penny, but we did stumble across a 1943 steel penny worth a few $100. Not bad for a lazy Saturday, right? Ever since then, I've been obsessed with checking coins. I even got a magnifying glass for Christmas. Talk about nerdy, but hey, it pays off. Now, back to our star coin. If you have one, how do you know if it's worth anything? First, look for those key features like doubling or any other strange markings. Next, check its condition. If it's shiny and nearly flawless, you might have hit the jackpot. Finally, get it appraised by a professional or submit it to a coin grading service. A little investment here can make a huge difference in your payday. Let's talk strategy. If you want to find one of these valuable pennies, start searching in older coin collections, flea markets, or even rolls of pennies from the bank. You'd be surprised how often people overlook coins like this because they don't realize their value. It's like finding a $20 bill in an old coat pocket, but way better. Alright, let's wrap this up. The 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. Who knew something so ordinary could be worth $1.5 million? So, here's my challenge to you: next time you come across a penny, take a closer look. You never know what you might find. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting and want to uncover more hidden treasures, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so you'll never miss a tip on coins worth money and how to turn your pocket change into a payday. And hey, drop a comment below. What's the coolest coin you've ever found? Let's keep the conversation going. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts. Imagine this: you're digging through your loose change, maybe looking for $1 to pay for coffee, when suddenly you realize that humble penny in your hand could be worth $1.6 million. Yep, that's right, a single penny, enough to buy a mansion, a luxury car, or fund your dream vacation. Today, we're talking about the 1989 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, the unsung hero of coin collections. If you've ever thought pennies are just for piggy banks, buckle up, because you're about to change your mind. Okay, let's get into it. You might be wondering, what's the big deal? It's just a penny from the 80s, right? Wrong. This particular penny has no mint mark, which means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, here's the kicker: while millions of these pennies were minted, only a handful have unique errors, and that's where the value skyrockets. These errors might include things like a double die outburst, that's a fancy way of saying the front of the coin looks like it was stamped twice, or imperfections in the lettering. Think of it as a coin with a unique birthmark. Collectors go absolutely wild for these quirks, and that's why the market value can hit an eye-popping $1.60 million. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. Among the dusty boxes of old family photos and vintage Christmas ornaments was a jar of pennies. I wasn't expecting anything special, just a bunch of copper coins stuck together. But as I sifted through, I noticed something odd about one of the pennies. The letters on Liberty seemed a little off, like they were dancing out of line. Of course, I didn't think much of it at the time. I tossed it back in the jar. Fast forward to last year when I started diving into coin collecting, and I realized that penny could have been a jackpot. To this day, I can't stop thinking about it. Moral of the story? Check your change, people. If you're ready to start your own search, here's what you need to know. No mint mark. Look below the date. If there's no letter, like D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco, you might have a Philadelphia penny. Pay attention to the lettering on Liberty and In God We Trust. Errors like doubling or uneven spacing are your golden ticket. The shinier, the better. Coins in mint condition fetch a higher price. Pro tip: use a magnifying glass or a loupe, those little jeweler's tools, to get a closer look. You don't want to miss even the tiniest detail. Why are these coins worth so much? Here's where things get interesting. The value of a 1989 no mint mark penny isn't just about its rarity, it's about demand. Coin collectors are like the sneakerheads of the money world. They'll pay top dollar for anything rare, unique, or historical. Plus, the story behind these coins adds to the appeal. It's not just a penny, it's a piece of history. So, next time you're about to toss a penny into a tip jar, take a closer look. That unassuming little coin might be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least a very exciting story to tell at parties. And if you do find one of these rare gems, don't keep it a secret. Get it appraised and share your success story with the world. Alright, my fellow coin adventurers, that's all for today. But before you go diving into your coin jars, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life, or at least your wallet. Don't miss out on the chance to turn pocket change into a fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember, the best treasures are often right under your nose, or in your spare change. Alright, folks, let's kick things off with a question. Have you ever checked the coins in your pocket and thought, what if one of these is worth more than my car? Well, today's your lucky day because we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1997 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Yep, a humble penny that could make you a millionaire. Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll know why this coin is so valuable, how to spot it, and maybe even a funny story about the time I almost threw a small fortune into a vending machine. Spoiler alert, don't make my mistake. Let's start with the basics. The D-Mint mark? That stands for Denver, where this beauty was minted. Now, the 1997 penny isn't just any penny. It's special because of its rarity and a little something collectors like to call die errors. What does that mean? Well, sometimes the minting process goes a little haywire, and instead of producing a flawless coin, you get a masterpiece with quirks like double strikes, off-center images, or weird surface textures. Collectors go bananas for these imperfections, and that's what makes this penny worth a staggering $1.7 million today. Here's what you need to know to spot this gem. Look for the D-Mint mark just below the year 1997. No D? Sorry, not your lucky day. Inspect the coin carefully. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe will help you spot those tiny errors. Pay attention to Lincoln's profile and the lettering. If you see doubling, where letters or numbers look like they've been stamped twice, you might be holding a winner. Check the edges. Sometimes the error is on the rim, like an uneven or misaligned border. And now, here's a pro tip: don't clean the coin. A cleaned coin loses value faster than I lose my car keys. Collectors want them in their original condition, dirt and all. Here's the deal: rare coins like this one have skyrocketed in value due to demand from collectors. The 1997 D penny with the right errors is basically the Beyoncé of pennies: rare, flawless in its imperfection, and highly sought after. It just last year, a coin auctioned for over $1.7 million, leaving everyone in the numismatic community, that's a fancy word for coin nerds, buzzing. The buyer? An anonymous collector who probably has a vault that would make Scrooge McDuck jealous. Let me share something embarrassing. A few years ago, I was at the laundromat, feeding coins into the machine. One penny caught my eye. It had the D-Mint mark and some funky details. But, instead of investigating, I shrugged and tossed it in. A fast forward to now, I'm filming this video, researching coins, and realizing that I might have washed my socks with a $1.7 million penny. Lesson learned: always double check your change. Now, don't go ripping apart your couch cushions just yet, or maybe do. Here's a quick plan: start checking your spare change for 1997 pennies with the D-Mint mark. If you find one that looks unusual, consult a coin expert or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS. Keep an eye on auction sites. Even if you don't find one, seeing others can help you know what to look for. A conclusion: so, what have we learned today? That tiny, seemingly insignificant coins can hold enormous value. The 1997 D penny is proof that a little attention to detail can literally pay off. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that can make you rich, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be sharing more insider tips, fascinating coin stories, and ways to turn pocket change into life-changing cash. Hey there, coin hunters and treasure seekers. Have you ever flipped through your spare change, maybe in search of enough coins for the vending machine, and wondered, what if one of these pennies is worth millions? Well, let me tell you, it absolutely could be. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Yes, a plain old penny you might dismiss as pocket fluff could actually be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Crazy, right? So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know why this little copper coin is so valuable, how to spot one, and maybe even a strategy or two to maximize your chances of finding one. But first, quick question. How many of you have ever accidentally paid for gum with what turned out to be a rare coin? Yeah, me too. Let's make sure that never happens again. Okay, so why are collectors practically tripping over themselves for this coin? Here's the deal, most pennies minted in 1964 were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark. That's not unusual. What makes this coin special is its rarity in top condition and a particular anomaly. Some of these coins were struck with a higher quality planchet, that's the blank metal disc used for coins. That little detail? Worth a fortune to collectors. Condition, condition, condition. If your 1964 penny looks like it survived being chewed by a dog, it's probably not worth much. But if it's in pristine condition, what coin nerds call MS67 or higher, that's when the value skyrockets. We're talking no scratches, no discoloration, and no signs of it ever living in someone's back pocket. One of these beauties sold at auction for $1.8 million. Imagine that, a penny worth enough to buy a mansion, a luxury car, and still have some change left over, pun intended, that you might already have one. Go grab that jar of coins sitting on your dresser, I'll wait. Okay, ready, now, look closely at the year. Is it 1964? Great. Next, check for the mint mark. No D or S? Congratulations, you've got a no mint mark penny. But don't get too excited just yet, you'll want to examine the condition. Grab a magnifying glass or even your phone camera and check for those telltale signs of perfection, crisp edges, shiny luster, and no blemishes. I remember the first time I heard about valuable pennies. I was at a garage sale and picked up a jar of old coins for $5. My thought process? Why not? Fast forward a few weeks, I'm watching TV, half-heartedly sorting through the jar, when I spot a 1964 penny. My heart skipped a beat. Was this the jackpot? Spoiler, it wasn't. But that moment of pure hope? Worth every penny, literally. Coins from the 1960s still pop up in circulation, visit flea markets or garage sales. People often sell coin jars without knowing what's inside. Invest in a beginner coin collector's guide or app to identify valuable coins quickly. Conclusion, and there you have it, folks, the incredible story of the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Who knew that a humble 1-cent coin could hold such value? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the thrill of the hunt is half the fun. Now, here's where I need your help. If you found this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up and share it with a friend who might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I post videos packed with tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could make you rich or at least a little richer.